All right, so red, purple, aggro here. So we've got some of the normal stock red cards here during trapeze. It's kind of a staple. This card, it's not only a good aggressive threat for pushing damage, but it's also a pseudo removal spell because it can come in and attack something for 2. We've got some magmataurs here, which is just another red staple, deals 3 in 3 opposing lanes when it comes down. Then we've got a bunch of interesting purple cards. So the purple part of this deck has a stealth sub-theme. So this is Grandma Mang's Tea House. Minions created in this lane get stealth. And then when you create a minion in this lane, the top minion in your deck also gains stealth. We also have Master of Shadows, which is stealth and deadly. With minions you create get stealth. This ability does not break this card's stealth. Stealth is a mechanic that says this card has a question mark on it for opponents until they interact with it in some way or it attacks. We also have Shinobi of Wind here, which is a 2/3 for 3 that when it breaches, it deals 2 damage to anyone. And notably, this has teleport, so it can jump around the board a little bit to make breaching easier. We have Shinobi of Fire that says when this breaches, it creates a flame scroll, which is a spell that lets us deal 3 damage to the opponent. And this has Agile on top of stealth, so it can attack past blockers. We also have simuzen here, and Steam Bun is just some cheaper threats. Sword Saint is a way to gain a bit of life. So, not quite sure how this one's going to go. I think I'm going to take this one into the unranked queue to start and see how that works. How terrible of a card is Decoy? I think it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's not exactly like Morph because you don't pay a cost to flip it up. It becomes apparent as soon as it's attacked, and it has the base stats. So, like, if they're attacking your thing, they're going to see what they attacked, but they're not going to know what they're attacking into. It can be detrimental. It's not strictly detrimental. Misfortune is one of the mythics in this game that I think is actually, it's just an incredibly powerful aggressive card. So this is a 3 purple card that says gives an enemy minion fragile 3, and then when that minion dies, the controller takes 2 damage and Misfortune comes back to you. So super strong card overall. Huh. So they have a 2/3 over here. A 2/1 here. I think I'm going to burn the ignition and drop trapezists over here and attack for 2. Yeah, there's possible that Shinobi of Winds, because it has teleport, perhaps my power should be the deal extra, or the extra movement in one. Magmataur is good later down the line. Feels really bad to trade off here, though.
Wild like wind.
So they don't currently see what this minion is because it has stealth, but if they deploy a blocker here, it's not going to be able to breach and hit them anyways. Also not quite sure how I feel about Muse. So this card slowly gains energy. So basically every other turn, we can pay a life to Divination 2 and then draw a card, which is kind of a weak effect overall. We're just kind of getting beat up over here, huh? Okay, Steam Bun gets to deploy here to the center to block the 2-1. And then I can burn Sword Saint and Misfortune this guy so that way we can trade here. But still kind of just treading water because we're like trading 2 board states when they still have this 4-3 beating us down. Yeah, I agree. The original submitter had Muse in the deck, so I wanted to give it a try to start, but I feel like this probably isn't a playable card. And it's not even just that Muse is slow, right? But there's just like better options. Like cards like Panic Raider are just going to draw more cards on average. Yeah, we're just dead here. Yeah, I'm going to swap Muse to Panic Raider. Insurance Broker is a different color. Yeah, we got pretty thoroughly run over there. One of the things I don't think I mentioned yet today for folks that are new is that you'll notice there's different numbers on these cards. The rarity of a card in this game dictates how many copies of it you can have in your deck. So your decks aren't just 4 of mythics and rares. You can only have 1 of each mythic, 2 of each rare, 3 of uncommons, and 4 of commons. So for all the good decks in this game, the core of them tends to be just commons and uncommons, with the rares and mythics being like top-end bombs or special effects, because in order to make your deck consistent, you need deck cards that you can play more copies of. Yes, it's very similar to Magic Duels. Yeah, it was bad in Magic Duels because it made Magic Duels feel like not Magic, which is what it was trying to be. Whereas in this game, the game is designed with that in mind. So the cards it makes more sense for that to happen when the cards are being designed with the idea that there's only 1 of these or only 2 of these. No, you're fine, Step. Not a problem at all. I appreciate when you pause if you cue into me. You gotta have people to play with. What does match anyone do? Who does that match with if I check match anyone? We'll never know. Oh, it's a wider range from your ranking. Okay, that makes sense. All right, we're on the play. I'm going to burn Shinobi of Wind to start here so I can drop simuzen.
All right.
Perfect. So this card takes a little bit to get charged up for my opponent. And it doesn't do anything until it has at least 2 energies. So you're going to go Daring Trapezists here in the middle and smack them. Feels good. There's a reasonable social system in this game. You can follow, block, and mute people. You can look at their profile and see their current rank and what their collection looks like. You can click here and see their match history. There's a full replay client in this game. So I'm going to burn the second magmataur. Yeah, you can spectate my games as well in client. So do I want to draw a card with Panic Raider, or do I want to get Shinobi of Wind down? Actually, I think I'm going to deploy Shinobi of Fire to start.
Wild.
try and start collecting these. Yeah, this game is currently in open beta, and it has more features than Magic Arena will probably ever have. Hashtag sad but true. So this card is agile. So even though my opponent has a blocker here, I get to hit them and then make a flame scroll. And I think I'm going to deploy Shinobi of Wind over here. They might be less inclined to block this, thinking it could be another Shinobi of Fire. I am not planning to pay for a bunch of Mythgard frames, no. I pay the artists for their work that do stuff for me. And it's such a small little thing that just one frame is fine. Yeah, I agree. As someone who tries basically every digital card game out there, this game, I agree with your assessment that this game is the most feature complete of them all. So this card has a mechanic called, oh, I could have teleported this. I forgot this has teleport. Huh? So I'm going to Healing Potion this to give it +2 back, so this doesn't kill it next turn, so I can collect more Flame Scrolls. And then I'm going to go ahead and deploy Panic Raider here in the middle and hit them and draw a card. Use my power to tap you for 1. They do not see the current power and toughness of Stealth Minions. They just see a question mark. Don't magmataur me. Don't magmataur me. Oh, no. Moments before the accident. Moments before. All right. Whoops. Well, yeah. Whoopsie poopsie. All right. Let's collect another Flame Scroll.
Flame, take you. All right.
Oh, and I can Healing Potion this again, right? Sick. They're at 12, and I have 3 Flame Scrolls in my hand here. So just need to survive. Their effects in Mythgard let you see your opponent's hand. There are. Yeah, the opponent knows that 3 of our cards are these. They know that I have 9 sitting in my hand. And that I'm probably going to be able to hit them again next turn.
Smash.
I do not have codes for Mythgard anymore. But one of the things they did in their most recent update was they added a whole bunch of free-to-play options to the game. So it's much easier to collect free wild cards and stuff. You just complete the faction missions now. Yep, so they know about these 3 cards in my hand. And they're at 5. This is 8 points for upstairs.
Covering fire.
No, I'm not planning to give Riot any of my time or money. There's plenty of good games out there. I don't need to play. I don't need to play a game made by that company. Win 2 matches while burning purple cards. What did Riot do? Well, you can Google Riot lawsuit to learn about the walkouts and sexual harassment issues that they have in their workplace. And then you can also know that Riot told their esports players preemptively to not have opinions about Hong Kong because Riot is wholly owned by a Chinese company. The Chinese company that owns 10% of Blizzard owns 100% of Riot. Or 5% of Blizzard, or whatever it is. Whatever small fraction they own of Blizzard owns 100% of Riot. 5% of Blizzard, 92% of Riot. It's a company called Tencent, right? Which from my understanding is almost the same as the Chinese government. This game's made, we make small indie jokes about Magic Arena all the time. This game's actually made by a small indie company. It's just super impressive what they put together. The game's good, the software's good. There's not much more you could ask for. Tencent is financed by the Chinese government. They have a team of 10 people. That's absurd. I mean, like, fair's fair. Wizard of the Coast handled Li Shitian supporting Hong Kong directly and indirectly at the last Mythic Invitational very well. Yep. Yeah, the artwork's well done. One of the things they have in this game, there's a gallery here where you can see high resolution images of all the artwork in the game. A lot of it is just quite, and the range on the artwork, I love that the types of artwork in this game range really deeply as well. There's a lot of different unique styles. Oh, and by the way, I was still queuing while I was looking at this. While you're in the queue, you can open the collection editor or anything else. Instead of just being stuck there at a loading screen. The MTG mystery packs were just repacks from Walmart. Are we surprised?
All right.
Were people surprised by that? Maybe I'm just super cynical at this point, but I was not surprised by that.
Looking good.
The only problem with Mythgard I have is that I put several $100s in MTG and the sunk cost fallacy is kicking in. I mean, I don't know what your gaming habits look like, but like, I have time I can spend playing games that have to be mobile games. So like that, there's definitely something to be said about having games that you play in certain places. There's nothing wrong with playing both.
Wild like wind.
This card was super impressive last game. Hey, Dapper Dan Man. Thanks for the support. Welcome back for the 10th month. This is my bus game, but lately it's been my everything game. Yep. Yeah, I know how you feel. So this is a 5/5, so it's probably going to end up eating this on me, which is unfortunate. Maybe I should have slid this over. Yeah, I probably should have slid this over. So I think I want to put the oak out here. Which is a 4/3 that says whenever one of my minions dies, they take one and I gain one. And actually, I think I'm just going to cash this in here. Just to like, make them take one and us gain one. I think we're on the burn them out plan at this point. Brutal. Lead Astray shuffles my dork back in. Which, that dork, if it hadn't gotten shuffled back in, it draws a card when it dies too. Magmataur is a great draw here. So Magmataur So there's 2 resources in this game you keep track of. The first is the circle here with the total resources. And when I burn a card, I gain one of those. But when I burn a card, I also get a gem of that card's color. So for instance, when I play this magmataur here, you can see it's gonna use my 2 red gems and my 0 resources and my 5 resources. I actually really like this mix in this game because it makes it so even when spells get cost reduction happen, you can't just play a bunch of free stuff out because
Soldier down.
you can't just play a bunch of free stuff out because you still have to have the appropriate gems for it. All right, so the 6/6 here. Oh, this is lurker. So I can't, So lurkers have to be attacked before anything else. I think I'm just gonna slide my units down around these basically. Or sorry, the opposite. I have to be attacked last is what I meant. You are correct. I did the words incorrectly. My words were bad. So they're at 11 here. There's Gallows Boy as a blocker over here. That is a blocker there. I'm down to 10 here as well, though. So this says, deal 1 damage to your opponent whenever one of their minions attacks. So I'm at 10. I'm taking damage here. This deals 2 damage to anyone when it breaches. So if I kill this here, this can deal 4 to them and put them to 7. And then this deals 3 to put them to 4, and this deals 2. I'm like barely short of lethal here. Wait, what if I biting blade here, and then my power does 1? So if I burn this does trades here. This does 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, I think we got there. So this gives +1 attack and life drain. So this hits them. And then it gets to do 2 directly. And then Flame Scroll does 3. And Ignition does 2. And my power gets us there by the skin of our teeth. Oh, the power does 2 if they have more life than me. That's good to remember. So we were 1 over. All right, so let's take a look at this deck and make a couple of changes here before we play it again. So, I think these stealth cards are bad. I think these cards that just like give our random things stealth are kind of unnecessary and not good enough. Maybe this is fine. I feel like I want cards that are more aggressive though. I actually added Jinsook at the top end of this curve, and I think I just want cards that are more aggressive than these. Terragon might be okay. It's a 5/6 for 5 that it creates a card that gives a friendly minion +1/+1 and overrun, which seems pretty good. Good for pushing through some of those last few points of damage. This is a common. I could even play another copy of this, just play 3 of them at the top end. Hey, Halo File. Thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Oh, I could put Celestial Dragon in here. This is Agile. Yeah, I think you're right that Perfect Grade doesn't quite make sense either. It's just too expensive. Lantern Gloss is okay. I think I want to try Terragon because it's a little bit cheaper. All right, let's try this. I guess another question is, like, I guess my smite's been okay for stealing damage, but I might want to try the mobility with Shinobi of Wind here. But yeah, the Shinobi that deals extra damage has been really good so far. The one that creates the scrolls. Yes, yeah, Terragon, having Terragon and Dragon to Sword Saint up is very good too. Hey, Sihana. It's been a month already. Came for Arena, sub for Mythgard, play more disc. Sounds good. I appreciate the tier 2. Welcome back. As a heads up, I am taking submissions for Mythgard decks. And they're super cheap for subscribers, just like the Arena decks are, because I don't have to gamble on this platform, which is nice. Like you do on Arena, like you do on Magic Online. So if you're a sub who has a sweet deck you'd like to see at some point, it is just $10 to add a sweet deck of your own to my queue. Yeah, impel in general is just a very good, it's probably the best power, right? The Gina move action. So I'm gonna burn this ignition here and play my trapezists out. Rogue Idolon. Oh yeah, that's probably a good suggestion. It's the one that locks their strength to 0. That's another minion that's also good with impel, so you can move it to keep up with whatever you're locking to 0. Impel is the power with the most opportunity to leverage play skill. I agree with that too. Gives you good control over what you're doing and why you're doing it. So Ice Spike my thing. Deals 2 damage to it. I'm gonna burn a Sword Saint for now. My health total's pretty high and I don't think I need that yet. I'm gonna lead on Shinobi of Fire here in the middle. And again, this is stealth, so I don't know which one this is. Opponent's playing a 3-color deck here. Interesting. That's unfortunate. So this can't deal combat damage, so it does nothing. Sad day. So this is blighted. So next turn, this is going to get -2/-2 again and go away. I wonder if they're playing the 3-gem spider, or the spider that gets bigger for every different gem you have.
Which one is this?
So this is an unfortunate one for them to have against us, and that is fortunate for us. So misfortune here can go on here, and then I can trade these, and that gets rid of their thing. And I can burn this off. This does an extra damage if they have more life than me. So we'll do this first, so they take 2, and then we'll trade here, which causes them to take another 2. So the multicolored cards in this game will have a specific color down the middle of the card, and that's what color they burn for. Ooh, Back Alley Rowan's a good suggestion too. That's the one that gets bigger if you hit the opponent that turn, right?
Beginning analysis.
Yes, correct. Yeah, if we would have had impel, I could have jumped my Shinobi of Wind because it had teleport like down to a lane over here and then killed their thing and kept my Shinobi around. So it's I wouldn't say playing multicolored is strictly harder so much as it's just different. I'm gonna burn. Maybe I'm just burning nothing here. Yeah, I think I'm actually just gonna pass. So like, because our deck's pretty aggressive, our curve stops at 6. So I can just like stop burning cards and just have more action at this point, right? Thanks, John. To be fair, playing games is kind of my job, and the skills from other games translate to here quite well. For being familiar with lots of other ones. It's funny. Whenever we play board games with my group, when I win games, people will complain it's not fair, which is probably not unreasonable. Playing board games with muggles tends to give you an advantage. I work with a lot of people who are not good at their jobs. That's a fair assessment too. Generally speaking, on Twitch, if you're not good at your job, you're not successful. So this has Lurker, which I guess that means I can't even kill this, right? Because I have to kill both of these. All right, I'm gonna give this overrun, and I'm gonna burn this. I'm gonna misfortune this, and this smacks them for 10 because of how misfortune, fragile, and overrun work. Yeah, this card's great. So I messed up here. What I should have done was I should have played this in lane 1, and then I could have killed this and then fragiled this and have this kill their 1/4. So because my positioning was off here the way Lurker works, I was unable to kill their analyst here, and I definitely could have killed that with better positioning. I have not seen the contents of the mystery booster. Someone said they were mostly draft chaff. Which doesn't really surprise me. The board gamer friend who's obligated to play games with muggles from time to time. He has a secret goal of coming in exactly second place without them realizing he isn't trying to win. Trying to win isn't fun for him or them. We play a wide enough range of games here that usually I don't have to do that. The mystery boosters are basically Chaos Draft, but in one pack, and they include test cards. Interesting. So wait. So the cards that people are pulling in there just aren't legal for play then? As an artifact, when you cast a spell, give all your minions 1 attack. It says not constructed playable. Neat. It's a neat idea. All right, so if I misfortune this is gonna hit them down to 8, and then the trapezists are lethal here. Misfortune's a really, really strong card. Especially with Overrun. The way Overrun and Fragile interact is super strong. Alright. This is fun, tuning a deck a little bit. We completed my things. Let's grab those. Alright, so I think the suggestion of the 3-cost purple mythic is good. Rogue Idolon. I think I want to swap my power to Impel here. Do I want I feel like I want the last Terragon. This card seems real good. Seems like a great top end. I also kind of want, what's it called? Stairway to Hades is kind of just like an absurd mythic in most... Hey, maybe this deck's not aggressive enough for that. I guess I'm not trading off that aggressively. I think Defy Death is kind of silly. Makes you immune till end of turn. This card's never been super useful in my experience. I think I'm going to trim an extra Steam Bund here. Yeah, I don't know that I'm really looking to value people, though. I don't know that I need Shadow Racer. I think I'd rather have Steam Bun as a pump effect. Let's try it. Let's try this. Shinobi of Fire has been very good. That card effectively attacks for 4 with Agile, which lets you steal games that you otherwise have no business winning. There are some good reprints in the set, so I assume they're $14 boosters. Yeah. Hashtag secondary markets. Someone opened a Mana Crypt. Wait, like a freshly printed Mana Crypt? That's sick. All right, so we're on the play here. I think we'll start by burning a Terragon here and see where we go from there. This full art Celestial Dragon is sick. This card's really powerful but comes with some risk. It's an 8/8 with Agile, which means it attacks past blockers, but when your opponent kills it, they get to get a Ring of Eternity, which makes one of their minions immortal. So best be killing them quickly. This is a sweet piece of top end for this otherwise aggressive deck. Probably a Reanimator strategy. Yep. Disc just ditched a beast there. Rogue here will be great. This locks the minion across from its power down to 0. So if they reanimate this beast, we can drop this across from it. Burn Shinobi of Wind for now. Play this out over here and just pass because they detained this for a turn so it couldn't attack. Opponent's sleeves are adorable. I feel like they must not have the reanimate unit. Otherwise, they just slam it. They could also be debating on whether or not they want to put something over here. Sorry, Marty. I didn't know. I didn't know what we were doing. I waste my shillings on frivolous things. They're not frivolous if they mean something to you, hats. All right, they have the necromantic. So hit you with this, get a scroll. I think I'm just gonna cycle Steam Bund here. So I can play this and then I can sack it to draw a card and it makes me a power up. I'm gonna burn the firesong prodigy and then just go ahead and fire scroll them for 3. I'm not gonna attack into here because I want them to have to make this trade. And then when this dies, it gets replaced by the bottom minion of their boneyard, which was this 9/7 that they discarded. Next turn, we'll deploy the rogue over here. So this will get locked to 0. They do have a deported in their hand.
Do you?
So they can send this back to where it came from. They can send this back and then hit me with this for a turn, but I think that's fine. Probably don't. I probably do want 2 of those. Set them for 1 here and then flame scroll them again. Are shillings the next Bitcoin mining, basically? So their 4/4 can eat my 1/4. Because they have this deported, maybe I should have kept my other 3-drop that I burned last turn. And like burned this instead so that way I could play like 2 3s next turn after they bounce this. If they bounce this is gonna crack me for 9. Oh, geez. They led astray. Think we're dead. Because they just get to deported whatever I put across from here next turn.
Looking good.
Yeah, they just created a biting blade here, which gives life drain. It's not gonna be a good scene for our hero. Kiki Jiki is in the packs. Oh, freaky Kiki. Okay, let's try one more with this one, and then maybe we'll wrap up with a little rain root control. My guilty pleasure deck. I think I have a win with 4 enchantments on your side, which rain root control always does if it manages to win. So get to complete that quest really nice. Some of the art just isn't done justice in the small pictures. There's some really good details that you pick up in here when you go through the gallery. Yeah, I didn't realize that either, that they were a combined piece. That's kind of creepy. We got a live one. Gotta hook, line, and sinker. I wonder if there's the desert pandemonium somewhere. The desert panorama. Panorama is the word I'm looking for, because it paints deserts fully across, which is sick. Huh? Alright, so I gotta decide what I want to do. I think I'm burning Steam Bun. Although Steam Bun might be my turn 2 play, just like play and sack this. Alright, I'm gonna burn the Shinobi Fire. Play this guy out.
Alright.
It's the Sandscape art, okay. Yeah, we saw the perfect grade 1 when scrolling. That was the one we saw a second ago. I'm just gonna cycle this. You can pay 1 to cash this into draw a card. We're on the draw this game. We were on the draw suite. So we'll get Mr. Steam Bun back here in a second. So again, you get a bonus in this game for being on the draw. And this path on the bonus, you get 2 extra souls. So normally you get a minion back every 3 that die. And this one gives you two kickers to start. So your first one comes right back. I have a feeling those test cards are going to be super valuable. I really like that Wizards has identified that they can print money in recent years and has really leaned into it. I feel like they've done a good job of recognizing that they can in fact print their own money.
Wild, like wind.
So this, along with our impel, if they leave any lanes open where we can attack them, this has teleport so it can jump around the board. So if we give this a free move action and jump it somewhere, it's going to be able to breach and kill one of these 2/2s. So it does 2 damage when it gets through. That's unfortunate. 3/2 with rush. All right, we're maybe en route to stabilizing here. So I think I'm going to burn the Celestial Dragon so it doesn't get me in trouble. I'm going to play another Shinobi over here, and then I'm going to play this 2/2 out here to block their 2/2. So I'm at 13. Well, they're 3-color aggro. Interesting. They do have an orange burned. Oh no. Oh, they stole my card, which lets them kill this, which lets them do 2 to me. And now this comes back to my hand. Well,
Wild, like wind.
all right, they're almost out of cards.
All right.
So if any of my minions can survive here, I can Biting Blade and get life tap going. All right, down to 5. Life tap is only combat damage, so not on the trigger, unfortunately. Harsh but fair. They were aware of all the power-ups in my hand and knew that they weren't going to be able to come back from this, gaining life and killing their things. That's right, let's do one more with this. That was quick. And well, I'll play some Rain Root, play a game or two with that. The Rain Root deck plays super long games, so none of them will play a ton. Giving a minion piercing applies to non-combat damage. That can be relevant running Steam Bun. Okay. Yeah, because the Steam Bun gives piercing, right? So, like, giving that piercing on its damage makes it useful for getting through armor. Makes sense. SCG's announcing that they're cutting Legacy for Pioneer. Holy crap. I guess I'm not surprised, but okay, yeah. That was sooner than I expected. That was sooner than I expected. I'm not surprised it happened. I'm surprised it happened as fast as it did. That's an articulation of what I'm feeling. Things I'm learning today. The casual queue takes longer to fire than the ranked queue. I mean, the Nerd Rage tournament was like major adjacent, and like this new format's gonna be huge. Like Pioneer is quickly gonna become the most popular competitive Magic format. Are there actual Pioneer Opens too? When can I go play Pioneer? SCG Indy February 22, 23 in. Sounds great. Go into an open. Nah, I don't fly for opens anymore. Have you knucked up people in Pioneer yet? We did play a teamer deck. It was okay. I don't know that it was a great build. We technically did it. And before WotC bans everything in Pioneer. I mean, they're gonna ban a lot of things in Pioneer, right? Like change is a coming.
All right.
Maybe I should have kept my other purple 1-drop so I could ignition plus 1-drop on this turn. Yeah, no one wants to play standard. Yeah, there's no standard events. Their standard events are only team constructed, which makes sense. They don't trust Wizards to not mess it up either. I mean, I don't blame them. Do you blame them? That is a vote of no confidence from SCG that Wizards is going to get their crap together. That is what that announcement is. That announcement says we have zero confidence that Wizards is going to be able to maintain a good standard format. It's not the first time they've cut standard, right? Far from it, in fact.
Do we have a mission?
All right, so let's burn this. I'm gonna go ahead and drop Shinobi of Wind in the middle here.
Wild.
And then next turn we can hopefully use Trapezists to clear a path for the Shinobi. How many good standards have we had in the past 2 years? 1.5. GRN standard. Allegiance was like okay, and everything since then has been crap. I'm actually gonna do a couple of games with Rain Root after this one, Jin, so like another 45 minutes or so. Rude. I'm glad I have another.
Wild. Like wind.
I want to burn something here, but I don't know what. All of these cards are really good. I think I need to save this to clear a blocker out of the way of this. I think I'm going to burn Sword Saint. Maybe it's just the Oak. I don't have a red card. I'm going to burn Oak. Unlike Magic, where, like, I think Magic's, like, pretty unplayable in a competitive sense without best of 3, I think this game removes enough variance from the gameplay mechanics that I don't think best of 3 is really necessary for Mythgard. I think in a tournament setting, I would like best of 3, but I don't feel like I'm getting cheated out of every other game when I play best of 1 in this game. Like, in Magic, you have to play best of 3 just to, like, have reasonable sets, right? Because, like, half or more of the games of Magic that you play just aren't games, right? They're games where one player makes no decisions and then loses.
Looking good.
All right. The Sword Saint here is really good against aggressive decks. The Biting Blade gives us life tap, which is just excellent. Pay your premiums. It's my favorite card. It's definitely higher player agency, Jin. Higher player agency, I think, is factually correct. The volume of games that you just lose in this game are much lower than the volume of games you just lose in Magic.
Wild. Like wind.
Wild like wind. That's unfortunate. Slayer, brutal. Feels dead, man. None of these cards do anything. Misfortune's not super useful. Oh, right, my power's coming up. Okay, Slayer Overrun, rude. So I'm gonna put Steam Bun over here. I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna pass.
Like wind.
If they have another rush minion to kill this, I'm gonna be pretty dead. But if they don't have a rush minion, it could be okay. They're gonna give this a power from their hero power, I bet. Yep. Then they get to draw a card with Insurance Broker. And they're gonna hit us for 2 in the middle. Really need to draw, like, one of our bigger units so we can Sword Saint it up. Oh, I guess I trade these off. I guess. Can Sword Saint over here.
Looking good.
Oh, they just got the Weirvin back. We're super dead. I don't have any rush minions in my deck. Yeah. Something that we didn't try in here that might be worth exploring. I'm gonna be done with this deck for the day, but like these, and this doesn't really work well with the stealth, but like the stealth is kind of medium. The Ringmaster that gives all of your minions rush. This is really good with those breach minions, especially with Shinobi of Wind. Like being able to play this out, smack your opponent for 2 and burn one of their minions with rush seems really appealing. And like getting to 6 to be able to go Ringmaster into Shinobi of Wind seems super reasonable. Thanks for the 15 months onset nonsense. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So the red minion that lets you ditch a card from your hand. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea, actually. Like we've got a lot of things that create extra random crap in our hand, and this would let us get rid of that crap into real cards. So Shopborn Bull sounds like a great suggestion as well, if I wanted to explore this